What if working harder didn't mean living better? In one of the world's most advanced countries, people stay at work until midnight, or even later, and some never make it home. Today's Calm English story takes you inside Japan's work culture, where loyalty is strong, rest is rare, and one powerful word, Karoshi, changed everything. Stay with us, learn simple English, and discover a lesson the whole world needs to hear. Welcome to Silver Narratives, a place where you can improve your English through calm, clear, and enjoyable stories. Here, learning is slow and easy to follow. You don't need to rush. Just listen, relax, and enjoy the journey as you build your understanding step by step. In Japan, working very long hours is common for many people. It is often seen as a normal part of life. However, when people work too much, it can become dangerous. Long hours can make workers extremely tired, stressed, and sick. In some serious cases, people even lose their lives because of overwork. In Japan, there is a special word for this problem, Karoshi, which means death caused by working too much. This shows how serious the issue is. Many workers do not get enough rest, and their health slowly becomes worse because of constant pressure at work. This situation raises important questions. Why do people in Japan work such long hours? Is it connected to history, company rules, or social expectations? Many workers feel a strong responsibility toward their company and their co-workers. In Japanese work culture, the group often comes before the individual. While this can create teamwork and loyalty, it can also lead to stress, anxiety, and serious health problems. Japan is known around the world for having some of the longest working hours, and many employees are expected to stay late even after the normal workday ends. Long workdays are especially common in many companies. Overtime is a regular part of life for many workers. In fact, in about 1 out of 4 companies, employees work more than 80 hours of overtime in a single month. Sometimes, this extra work is unpaid, which means people give many hours to their company without extra pay. Workers also receive vacation days each year, but many do not use them. Some reports show that workers leave many days unused, even though they need rest. In big cities, it is common to see office workers leaving their buildings late at night, still wearing their work clothes and carrying their bags, showing just how long their days can be. In the chapters ahead, we will explore this topic more deeply. We will look at why overwork is so common, how it affects people's lives, and what the government and companies are doing to improve the situation. Most importantly, we will ask whether change is possible, and whether workers in Japan can have healthier, happier lives in the future. Sometimes people leave work very late, even at 2 or 3 in the morning. This shows how common long working hours are. For many workers, staying late is normal and expected. These long days are a big part of the work culture, and they strongly affect daily life. Work does not always end when the office closes, and many people spend most of their time focused on their jobs. The way people work in Japan is often called salaryman culture. A salaryman is a male office worker, and this idea is very important in many companies. Loyalty to the company is a key value. Workers are expected to be dedicated and to work hard for the company's success. Many people plan to stay with the same company for their entire working life, from their first job until retirement. This creates a strong connection between the worker and the company, almost like a family bond. Work life is not only about time spent at a desk. It also includes time after work. It is common for employees to go out with co-workers or bosses after the workday ends. These activities, such as eating or drinking together, are meant to build relationships and trust. Even though this time is not paid, many workers feel pressure to join. They worry that saying no may make them look less loyal. Because of this, work often takes up personal time, and the line between work life and private life becomes unclear. This salaryman culture is deeply connected to Japan's history. After the 1950s, Japan's economy grew very fast in a period known as the economic miracle. The country became a major economic power by building and selling products around the world. This growth required long hours and strong teamwork. Companies became very important, and the idea of putting the group first became a core value. Even today, many workers feel a strong duty to help their company succeed. This sense of responsibility makes it hard for people to rest, even when they have vacation days available. Many workers feel bad or even guilty when they take time off. They worry that taking leave may hurt their team or make extra work for their co-workers. Some people believe that resting is selfish or shows a lack of dedication. In one study, workers were asked how they felt about using their paid vacation days. More than half said they felt guilty when they took time off, even though it was their right. This shows how deeply the idea of putting the company first is rooted in people's minds. Because of this thinking, many workers do not rest enough, and their working life becomes very difficult and stressful. Working too much can seriously harm a person's health and overall life. When people work long hours for many years, their bodies and minds become exhausted. This extreme tiredness can lead to serious illnesses. In some tragic cases, it can even cause death. In Japan, there is a special word for this problem, Karoshi, which means death caused by overwork. The Japanese government officially recognizes Karoshi as a real and serious issue. Many of these deaths happen because of heart attacks or strokes linked to stress and long working hours. In some cases, Karoshi also includes suicide, when workers feel completely overwhelmed by pressure from their jobs. Every year, the government receives reports of Karoshi cases, and hundreds of deaths are officially recorded. However, many experts believe the real number is much higher. They think many deaths connected to overwork are never reported as Karoshi. Some estimates suggest the true number could be many times greater than what is officially counted, making the problem even more serious than it appears. One famous case that shocked the public happened in 2015. A young woman working at a large advertising company died after suffering from depression caused by extreme overwork. Reports showed she had worked more than 100 hours of overtime in just 1 month. This was far beyond legal limits. The company was punished for breaking labor laws, and the company's leader stepped down after strong public criticism. This case helped many people understand how dangerous overwork can be. There is also an important and surprising fact about long working hours in Japan. Even though people work extremely long hours, this does not mean they are more productive. Productivity means how much quality work is done in a certain amount of time. Compared to other major developed countries, Japan's productivity is relatively low. This shows that working longer does not always mean working better, and it raises serious questions about whether this work culture truly benefits workers or society. This means that working longer hours does not always make people or the economy more efficient. When we look at how much work is done per hour, long work days often bring poor results. This shows that the culture of overwork has serious negative effects. It harms workers' health, lowers productivity, and may even hurt the economy in the long run. Because of these problems, some people in Japan are trying to make changes. Both companies and the government are taking steps to reduce long working hours and improve work-life balance. Some companies have changed their office rules. For example, one large company began turning off the office lights at 10 p.m. each night. This simple action sends a clear message that employees should stop working and go home. The goal is to prevent people from staying late every night. The government has also introduced new ideas. One plan is to require workers to take a minimum number of vacation days each year, such as at least 5 days off. This rule is meant to make sure workers get enough rest. Another idea is to create a mandatory rest period between work days, so people have enough time to sleep before starting work again. In addition, the government has added more public holidays. A new holiday called Mountain Day was introduced, bringing the total number of public holidays to 16. More holidays mean more chances for workers to rest and spend time away from work. In 2017, the government also launched a program called Premium Friday. On the last Friday of each month, companies were encouraged to let employees leave work early at 3 p.m. The hope was that people would relax, enjoy personal time, and reduce overall working hours. These efforts show that there is a real desire to improve life for workers and create a better balance between work and personal time. However, change is still very difficult. Even with new rules and ideas, many people continue to work long hours. For example, studies showed that during the early days of Premium Friday, fewer than 4% of workers actually left work early. This shows how hard it is to change long-standing habits. Japanese culture often puts the group before the individual. Many workers do not want to leave before their co-workers or boss. Being the first person to go home can feel uncomfortable or even disrespectful. There is also economic pressure. Japan wants to remain strong in the global economy. For many years, it was the second largest economy in the world, but it later became the third. This change has increased pressure on workers and companies. Some people believe that working long hours is necessary to keep the country competitive. Because of these cultural values and economic concerns, the idea of working extremely hard is still deeply rooted in daily life. As Japan looks toward the future, the country faces an important challenge. It must find a way to protect workers' health while also supporting economic growth. The question now is whether Japan can truly change its work culture and create a healthier, more balanced life for the next generation of workers. Japan is also facing a serious population problem. The number of people is slowly getting smaller. Many people are getting older, and fewer babies are being born each year. Because of this, there are fewer young people entering the workforce. Experts believe that in the next 50 years, Japan's population could decrease by a large amount. This would mean fewer workers available for companies and businesses, creating new challenges for the country. To deal with this problem, there are two main ideas. The first idea is immigration, which means allowing more people from other countries to come to Japan to live and work. This could help fill job shortages. However, Japan has traditionally accepted very few immigrants. The country has been cautious about opening its doors to foreign workers, so this solution may be difficult to put into practice. The second idea is to use more robots and technology. Japan is already a world leader in robotics. Robots are working in many areas, such as factories where cars are made, hotels where they help guests, and farms where they assist with animals like cows. By using robots, Japan could make up for the lack of human workers. Robots can handle hard, repetitive, or dangerous jobs, allowing people to focus on other kinds of work. However, this raises an important question. Can robots really improve people's lives? Can technology help workers spend fewer hours at work and enjoy more time with family, rest, and hobbies? This idea is called work-life balance. Right now, many people in Japan still work very long hours. As the population continues to shrink, companies may be forced to change the way they operate. Robots may take over some tasks, but it is not yet clear whether this will truly reduce work pressure or simply change the type of work people do. The future of work in Japan is still uncertain. The country must find a way to succeed with fewer people while also protecting workers' health and happiness. Whether through technology, social change, or new policies, Japan faces an important decision about how work and life should look in the years ahead. Japan's story is not just about long hours or hard work. It is about people, health, balance, and the future of work itself. As technology grows and society changes, one question remains: can success exist without exhaustion? As you reflect on this story, remember, your time, health, and peace matter. Thank you for learning with Silver Narratives. If this story helped you think, feel, or learn, take a moment to rest, and join us again for another calm journey in English.